and share some of my personal story, as well as give you a truthful look at the porn industry and what really goes on behind the scenes. In my research, which you can find some of it on the back table there, as well as from the very mouths of the ones who make pornography, I have learned that 66% of porn performers have herpes, a non-curable disease. Chlamydia and gonorrhea among performers is 10 times higher than Los Angeles County 20 to 24-year-olds. 25 cases of HIV have been reported among porn performers since 2004. These are just some of the negative secondary effects of the porn industry. Since 2000, there have been 23 suicides and 30 drug-related deaths in the porn industry. Los Angeles County Health Department recently reported 70% of sexually transmitted infections that occur happen in females. I am one of those females. As a survivor of the porn industry, I contracted human papillomavirus and herpes, a non-curable disease, which later led to my battle with cervical cancer, where I had to have half of my cervix removed. I also battled with severe anemia due to the hemorrhaging I experienced for 12 years. In fact, I'm still battling with damages to my reproductive organs. I have suffered much at the hands of the porn industry. But after 8 long, hard years of recovery, and by the grace of God Almighty, I escaped that hell, and today I'm here, a mom of 3 beautiful daughters, married to a wonderful man, a godly man who stuck by me in my horrible recovery. I had the perfect life. I want you all to know that the last thing I want to do, people, is talk about porn. But my compassion for those people who are in modern-day slavery right now, I was overwhelmed, and so I went back to the industry, and I began to reach out to them. And of course, I've been called every name in the book you can imagine. But that didn't stop me, and I founded Pink Cross Foundation, a nonprofit organization that reaches out to adult industry workers, offering help, a way out, education, friendship. We go to the porn conventions, we go to nightclubs, and heck, I've even sang porn star karaoke to them. You know what I discovered? They have the same stories I do, some of them far worse. Some of the acts of violence and abuse in the porn industry include verbal and physical abuse on the set. I have been hit, spit on, penetrated everywhere you can imagine, told to sit still or pose still while every orifice of my body and hands are engaging 5 to 6 male performers. And I've been totally humiliated on the set where they had to stop the scene and I didn't even know it was going on, and they had to wipe up feces. I basically checked out and died. Porn star Jersey Jackson made this shocking statement about her experience in porn. Guys punching you in the face, you have semen all over your face, you get ripped. It's never ending. Porn star Reagan Starr describes in an interview with Talk magazine, while sex acts were performed on her, she was hit and choked until she couldn't breathe. Women are also forced into sex acts they did not agree to, including prostitution. Porn stars are prostitutes. We make a lot more money and do a lot less work. Okay? You can go to all over the internet and find their websites where the girls are making $2,500 an hour. They hate making porn. At least with prostitution, we get a dinner sometimes. Although prostitution is still horrible, the porn industry is the worst. Pornographers, who are also drug traffickers, offer performers drugs and alcohol. In fact, the local doctors are in conspiracy, and yes, I know your names, and they prescribe Xanax, Vicodin, Valium to drug-addicted, young, naive women and men. I know because I've held one in my arms who overdosed recently on 21 Vicodin. And don't think for a second that I don't go through her medicine cabinet and find out who the doctors are. Don't think for a second that these women and men aren't telling me everything. Alcohol and drugs are so rampant in the porn industry that women have to have drivers because they're so wasted all the time. In fact, they not only have drivers, they have handlers. In fact, these terms are very common in the industry. Just at a recent convention, one very famous old male porn star, when I complained about why is so-and-so so wasted and why is no one helping her, he said, "Where's her handler?" Widespread sexually transmitted diseases in the porn industry include, but are not limited to, HPV, herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, hepatitis A, B, C, up to G, I've heard, syphilis. And the only thing that the industry does is they rely solely on STD testing, which, come on, let's put the math together, people. After you have multiple sex partners in and out of the biz, you know, those tests become pretty unreliable pretty quickly. Porn workers are only tested for HIV, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. They are not tested for herpes, a non-curable disease. Since, according to Los Angeles Public Health Department, a report released last year, there were 2,396 cases of chlamydia, 1,389 cases of gonorrhea, 25 cases of HIV reported by AIM, the Adult Industry Medical Clinic. This isn't my stats. This is from the mouth of the porn industry. The AIM clinic, offering STD and testing and so-called medical care, is conveniently located in the world's porn capital, San Fernando Valley, where 85% of the world's adult content is produced. AIM is the main caretaker of the porn stars. Dr. Sharon Mitchell, former porn actress and founder of AIM, who walks around in a white lab coat, who is not a medical doctor but received a sexology degree from a non-accredited institute where required courses are erotic massage, fantasy development, and how to run a sex workshop. Dr. Sharon Mitchell emphatically states, "We keep the adult industry safe." Well, LA Public Health disagrees and has initiated investigations, but is finding it very difficult to work with the mob. Besides widespread sexually transmitted diseases, prostitution, drug addiction, physical and verbal abuse, sadly many die. Just in the last couple of weeks, there were reports of multiple deaths in the porn industry. 2 were killed, 2 porn stars were injured by a samurai sword on a porn set, and 1 porn star died after jumping off the cliff in a standoff with the LAPD. No other industry has these kinds of statistics. And this isn't happening underground, people. This is happening right in front of your eyes, right here in America, California, where I'm from. I live an hour and 15 minutes from the porn industry. The truth is, porn is not glamorous. Porn destroys human lives and is destroying our nation, but we can change. There's hope. We can heal, and I am living proof of that. I urge you to enforce current federal obscenity laws and protect human lives. The children need you. The young women and men need you. And honestly, I need you. I can't fight this industry by myself. Thank you very much.